This is the Lime Flavored Network. This show is brought to you by Trish's Bakery at trishasbakery.com.
Welcome to the greatest show online! Episode 5, being recorded and broadcast to you live on April 26, 2013. I am DJ Allen, and you are...
Did you mix this half and half?
How about you, Bob?
I am that cool Bob guy.
Okay, and now who are you?
You don't know who I am?
This is Dan.
This is for internet viewers.
Yeah.
I'm Dan.
And that?
I'm Kyle.
All right. Now
Of the
we've
interwebs.
introduced of the interwebs.
I've decided that I want to be a personality.
Good. We need you. You need to have a show on this network, sir.
I think first I have to have a personality.
See, we were going
I
to
had
take
a
over the
show,
show
yeah.
and then tell you about our show.
All right. First off, I wanted to tell this on the air.
You
Okay.
didn't even catch that.
Okay.
You'll catch it when you watch it again.
Probably. Okay, here we go. This is the Bob who was the other Emerald Knight that started the Emerald Knights with me.
Was he angry with us as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
Am I supposed to be? I can.
No, let's
No,
not go down that road.
Yeah, we're not
Okay, I'm good then. Carry on.
It's not too
Do you want it that way or a little less strong?
good.
Means the same strength.
Sure.
Do you want
Yeah.
this one?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm drinking
What?
Coca-Cola.
What Dan
It is Coca-Cola in a Coca-Cola cup.
what Dan and Kyle are drinking is Kraken Black Spiced Rum.
Yeah, why don't you show it to the camera?
Yeah, show it to-
Release to the Kraken.
You don't just show things to the camera. You show them to all of our viewers.
Well, I'm showing this
I
to all the
apologize.
viewers. It's Kraken Black Spiced Rum, and as you see, it smells like paint thinner.
It tastes so good.
Ooh, I
Oh,
love paint thinner.
Have you ever drank paint thinner?
No, and I don't plan on.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Okay, Dan.
You know what I like? I like antifreeze.
Antifreeze?
It's
Oh,
really
so
sweet.
It also kills.
Yeah, I know. So you don't have too much.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about freezing.
So
Yes.
Well, same with Freon.
what was our? Isn't Freon a type of antifreeze?
Touche.
Okay. Dan, for a short period of time, was the co-host of the Lime Flavored Podcast. Kyle was a guest on one Lime Flavored Podcast. I fired Dan. Here he is again. Wave to the camera, Dan.
It's because I said I was going to be on the
Do I-
greatest show on the internet,
Do I
and
have
he
to
just
wave
followed
slower?
me.
No, you don't have to wave slower.
So I'm glad you recovered from the whole fire thing.
Yeah, it was. He was down on his luck for quite a while, but here he is again, tagging along with the guests. So he wasn't invited.
You just by fired you mean just kicked him out of there? Okay, because
Well-
I think that when they fire somebody, they should actually light them on fire.
Oh,
I think
no,
that'd be awesome.
no.
See, he didn't invite me. Oh, sorry. He didn't.
Well, see, the plan was to invite you on a separate show, but now we're going to have a clusterfuck.
You know, we just realized as we were walking up, we had this conversation. Kyle asks me, "Did you tell TJ you were coming?" And I said, "Yes." No. He doesn't know. And at that moment, Trish opened the door and went, "Hello." They don't know.
Yeah, I actually that was cool because I knew you guys were there before DJ did.
No, she was walking to the door, which is what you were talking about, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I saw her reflection in the microwave there behind you, and
Yeah,
she was like,
it's Kyle's head's in the way for the microwave
Uh-oh.
now.
What?
I just realized
"You peed yourself?"
have a lot
I
of
cannot deny whether I drank or not tonight in the event that my wife figures out where the podcast is, which isn't too hard. This is Diet Coke, sweetheart.
Especially
Did she tell you not to drink?
Especially since over there is the official thread on Facebook. So if she's paying attention to Facebook,
And he's gonna be totally like taking a sip and be like, "Oh my gosh, this Diet Coke is strong."
Did you spike this, Kyle? You bastard!
Just burning the hair off my feet. It's good.
You might want to sit further back in the event that I spray. It'll only destroy the computer, not you. Wait, maybe you want
Same thing happened to Lincoln.
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh no! Now
You're in the way.
Sorry, that was a bad
My show, you
assassination joke.
So the funny thing was, is in the arrangement of this episode,
Yes.
we first started talking on that, Facebook
Yes.
thread, and it was really funny because at the same time that you and I were discussing me coming over here, Dan was thinking that I would just come over to his place and we would just hijack your show.
I see.
You see, this was based on evidence. Because the one show that I did watch, and I was intending to watch more.
You can't really hijack this show because it doesn't have a direction.
No. But
That's like trying to intercept a football, but you don't know which direction he's throwing it.
And there's 4 footballs.
I think
Yeah,
it
there's
might be,
4 footballs.
I think it might be trying to catch a football, and he keeps throwing tennis balls in the wrong direction.
that might be 2.
Well, we were good. You see, the show that I watched, which was like the last one, I think.
Okay.
That had
Fletcher.
that guy. Excuse me, I was thinking of his name. Yeah, and then like he was there, he was watching, and then all of a sudden he was on the show. I figured, well, we're watching, now we're on the show.
But I have to invite you to be on the show, so you can.
I don't know. That's like inviting me to be an administrator on your website. I did that too.
No, but you can't break in unless I invite you. That's how the on-air works.
So I just figured something out.
Yes.
I don't know. This is just something that never has occurred to me before, and I don't know why I thought of it now. The Batman shirt, this got me thinking about this, is that this is how you would know who the real Batman is right after a Batman movie. It's the guy who's not wearing the Batman shirt.
Because he's trying to hide it. And nobody else wants to be him. Right.
Wow, I'm fucking brilliant.
I've seen a Zorro movie where the mayor of the town that Zorro lives in had a great idea. I'm going to have a costume party, and the guy that shows up as Zorro is obviously Zorro. So he has this great plan, throws his costume party. Zorro walks in costume and goes, "I'm here!" And the mayor runs over and unmasks him and goes, "You?" Well, then 6 other townspeople come in dressed as Zorro, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't going to work."
Yeah, because, I mean, hell, there was the one Batman movie, I don't even remember which one it was, where they had a costume party, and him and Chick, Catwoman, so it was that one,
that'd be Batman
are the only ones who didn't dress up, saying that, life is too much masks, and they're the only ones who didn't wear one of those.
And then they made some comment about mistletoe.
It's Dark Knight Rises.
No. Well, was it that one?
Yeah.
I thought it was the original one.
What's
Or
the new
Batman
one?
Returns.
Strawberries have a lot of fiber.
Have you seen that video?
No.
Then you won't understand that reference. We'll watch it afterwards.
All right. We could
could
go with
actually-
a nice Fernet Branca, though.
Well, you can't watch it.
Stop that.
I could watch it, but I mean, Kyle would be like, "Oh, I don't get it." Have you seen it?
No.
No, I don't want you distracted during the fun. Hey, no drinking on camera.
So, with you covering your face, were you doing a Bane reference? Or Bane reference?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't understand a thing he said in that movie, so it wouldn't matter.
Well, he sounded like Sean Connery talking into a can.
I know.
And because you can't see his lips, somebody cut up a Bane outtakes of that movie, and he's just saying ridiculous things. Like these 2 guys. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
When they first go into the sewers where he's at, and the guy stands up and he, did you do this? No, and then he breaks the guy. The conversation is about what he had for breakfast.
What did you have for breakfast?
Bagel with cream cheese.
Did you know that you are what you eat? Do you know what I think you are? A bagel with cream cheese.
And then later there's a guy, he's like,
Are you getting enough fiber?
yes.
Strawberries are full of fiber.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that after.
My favorite part, though, is when he's in the arena. The guy at the I know I'm explaining a video on a video. Shut up. Anyway.
Actually, we need to have another video that's based on this one that's explaining you explaining the video.
And then we have to have a reaction to that video. That video. Anyway.
Which is actually the reaction to two girls in it.
Are you there for his reaction to Two Girls, One Cup?
No.
Well, I get to explain that next, too. Okay, so the scientist is on his knees, and right before Bane snaps his neck, in the movie he says, who's the only person that can defuse this bomb? And the guy says, me. Well, you can read his lips, so...
Who's the only person that has beaten me in freestyle?
Me.
Does anyone else want to challenge me?
Come on,
DJ,
anyone?
do I beat?
And then he goes on to rap.
And a beat was dropped.
A beat was dropped. Okay.
And I never understood why all the rappers knew you.
Mr. Falconer here got out of the shower. We were getting ready for one of his birthday party. Getting ready for...
That's the wrong way to start.
No, this is perfect for the greatest
Were you
show
supposed
online.
to use his last name?
We were getting ready for one of his parties, which is at the farm, and it was a bonfire. So
Good job
were in
of
the shower.
avoiding the last names.
anyway, we hand him a laptop with Two Girls, One Cup queued up, and we're like, watch this. And he's like, okay. So he's watching, he's like, oh! And he shuts the laptop, and we're like, no, open it back up! And he's like, oh! And he keeps watching, he's like, oh!
It burns!
His brother-in-law to like Tub Girl and Lemon Party. Because he's never seen him before. He's, what's that? I'm like, just check it out. It's pretty sweet. I hate you.
Tub Girl is
I
disgusting.
know. Oh, and then recently I had everybody check out Blue Waffles.
No!
I seen that picture going around.
Now, describe the picture to me.
No. Nope. It's not
You,
safe
No.
anymore.
no, but you've seen Blue Cheese?
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah. If you know a lady who just happened to sit down and put a pile of blue cheese on the seat in front of her, it would be pretty similar.
I seen a Google. It was a picture on one of the funny picture things that I look at, and it says, "I dare you to find this picture," and it had a blueberry waffle that was all like purpley, bluey, and so the game was get on Google and search for that picture.
So you start searching for a blue waffle, and you're gonna. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you have a shaved head, or is it just real?
Right now it is, yeah.
It's pretty close.
You know what story you have to tell, right?
We all have almost the same hairstyle.
No, well, see, I just went.
We're all brothers.
I went in for a haircut, and she said, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Well, I want one on the sides and a ½ inch on top." And she's like, "Well, I thought you liked your finger length." I'm like, yeah. That was a ½ inch. You know, finger length. So that's about a ½ inch. This isn't a ½ inch, is it?
She said, "I heard the same about you."
Now that you've taken your hat off, and being a former barber myself, I can tell where the lines are on your head, which I can fix if you'd like me to.
It's not the ½ inch, though, is that?
Do you have a Floby as well?
Floby? Oh my God!
Demolition Man.
Anyway, continue.
That was a story.
No,
It's
no,
not a
no,
½
no.
inch.
It was your wife's reaction to your daughter's
Oh,
reaction.
that, okay. So,
Come on.
when I came home, I had a beard after I had gotten my hair cut.
Okay.
And I came in, and my wife's like, "Oh my God, you shaved your head." And my daughter's like, "Oh, whatever, you know." Rubs my head, and she's like, "Oh, it's soft and having fun." So then I go into the bathroom, and I completely shave my face. And then I walk back out, and my daughter looks at me and says, "You look like Uncle Dan." And my wife says, "That's it, you're not getting laid."
I wouldn't lay that either.
Well, me neither. I mean, no offense, but just saying.
It's because he's got
I'm just not going to say anything here.
he's got dangly parts.
Dangly parts are
Hey,
bad.
listen to him.
You should wipe better.
No, those are called dingleberries.
Dingle.
They're dangly parts too.
Well,
They're dangling.
they're dangly things.
Dingly dangly.
Dingly dangly, people. And I'm sober.
Dingly dangly,
You're
write that
sober
down.
too, Jesus.
Not that much.
Oh no, probably not, because I'm trying to call you Jesus.
I'm not even wearing sandals.
I'm sad because I'm not drinking. Everyone else is drinking.
I'm not drinking.
You are drinking. You have.
You're welcome to some.
Well, I've got Dr. Beverage, but well, we could go ahead and pour some of that Kraken in there, and then
Oh yeah, here. Hold on a second here. Let me just loosen that.
You know.
Oh no, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Oh man.
Unfortunately,
I have alcohol here, but
you know, you have to edit that in post.
anyways, Demolition Man, DJ. That's totally what you remind me of when you were saying the hair thing. I can fix that. There was that one scene in Demolition Man where he's like this little badass, and he's got a hole in his shirt. He's like, "Yeah, just needle and thread, and I can fix that." And he's like, "That was totally you."
I can weave a throw rug.
I did like Demolition Man very much.
It was an awesome movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm surprised that's not an ongoing comic book.
You didn't just fart, did you?
No.
Okay. That's a great colored hat, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I very much like it. It used to match my shoes, but I walked my.
Matches the show pretty well, or at least him.
See my shoes?
Did you even show the lime cupcakes? The key lime? Come on now. You might want to open it. Oh, you ruined it that I said it sideways in the bank.
Man, it matches
You know
a lot of
anything
my
about
UND.
product placement here? Come on.
I feel
Dan-
so left out and
It
far
also
away.
shows that I was cheap.
We have no sponsors yet, so. Hi, viewer. Wave to the viewer.
Where does it say we have a viewer?
Is it me?
All right.
No, well, I don't think so.
Shit, I hope it's not my wife. Hi, honey.
So, viewer, if you're on Facebook on the official thread for this, you can comment there, or you can comment on YouTube.
And in case you don't know, that's Dan and Kyle. They're next to you.
That's Dan and that's Kyle.
To our new viewer, I am Dan. He is Kyle. I don't sound like this in person.
I'm DJ.
You know what? I don't sound like this in person.
Like your ear?
No, like I sound like right now.
Oh.
Yes, because I was listening to something else that we had recorded, and I'm like, who is that? And it took me about 5 minutes to realize I was the one being recorded. And then I'm like, God damn, I hate my voice.
No.
Yeah, I listened to a recording myself once. I think I was German. Alright, that never happened, but that would have been cool.
I was wrestling a 4-foot anaconda for 6 days. Then I realized I was just masturbating.
With a 4-foot anaconda
Yeah.
attached to your penis?
No,
Nice.
if I have to explain it, Dan, it's probably still funny.
If I have to explain what I just did there, it's probably not funny.
Hey, I wrestled a cheetah once. It might have been a small kitten. Probably a potato.
A potato?
So,
Potato.
Now there was a story before the story before the story before that distracted us.
The potato one?
No.
Nope.
No. Viewer, that is not the place you comment.
Bad.
If our viewer is currently residing downstairs.
Why'd you have to
Under
say
the desk?
that?
What?
but the way you pointed, it looked like they were like, but under the desk. Like,
Right down here.
Bob, you're frozen. Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I gotta have.
Why could you have frozen while you were having that explained?
That better?
Yes. Is that your Grover blanket?
That's Grover.
That blanket is basically Grover's skin. Oh,
do you go Muppet hunting?
Muppet hunting!
Somebody skinned Grover and then
hunting?
White Muppet Hunter.
wait a minute. There's a deeper issue here. Somebody skinned Grover and then is trying to sell it to children.
That's okay.
What? What? We need to skin Elmo.
Right. Well, okay. See, the thing is with Muppet hunting,
Okay.
you get a couple of guys back of a pickup truck with a couple of baseball bats, and you have one guy standing there going, "Far, far." Eventually, you get a Muppet coming up going, "Near." You crack him in the face with a baseball bat.
Oh, good. Uh-oh.
Nice. I just imagine now a couple of hillbillies out in a bean field somewhere is going, far! Far! All fucking weekend. It's the equivalent of sniping.
There's a German and they say, fake nougat.
Have I told you about pussy hunting?
No.
Pussy hunting. You go. It's kind of like duck hunting, right? First you need. Well,
Nintendo.
You know how people use not like duck hunting, but people use fake ducks, right?
Gotcha.
So you need to get a fake pussy, like a pocket pussy or something. You go put it out. You get behind your blind. You turn, let it turn on. And I go, a pussy's going to come up. And if you don't have a chance of catching one, then you need to use a pussy call.
What does a pussy call sound like?
I'm not quite sure if the microphone picked that up.
It will.
It's pretty good at picking everything up.
Well,
Doesn't have a
everything
gerbil
in this
intro, do you?
general
Okay,
direction.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because basically it's right there that we're talking into.
You need directional.
And there's another one in Indiana.
That's where Bob's at.
You have it in your pants?
Again, you
Yeah.
keep pointing down.
Because that's where my computer's at.
Right.
I'm also
so
good at
what's
pointing
the
in other
next topic?
directions.
Wait, what, Bob?
I'm also good at pointing in other directions.
Yes.
So,
That's a good point.
would you help me film retarded skits?
Yes.
I want to get a couple of guys dressed up in hunting gear with a dog and then walk into BW3s and play big game hunter.
Were you starting to envision German porn in the beginning?
The what? I'm going to have to watch that one again to catch what he just said.
It's okay, you're going to catch a lot in the second go around.
Every time you say a couple of guys, I immediately think up to no good. Starting trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared. So I moved in with my uncle.
Wait a minute! You're not black!
That whole thing is a little on the weird side. The fact that he got into trouble and had to go move in with his uncle. All I had to say is, your uncle's rich, and he would have been like, I'm moving in with him. That's all it would have taken.
You would think.
Not getting in trouble. Just, hey, you want to move in with your rich uncle? All right.
It wouldn't even take that. He could be like, he's got bacon.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Oh. This is going away.
And a butler to bring you more bacon.
Yes, I would like a butler.
My plan is too. I'm going to start detoxing tomorrow.
That was a really quick, sudden shift.
Tomorrow.
Sudden shift in the topic, followed by a really quick sudden shift. Almost like your comment didn't even exist.
Sudden shift in our podcast? I don't know.
See, that never happens. No, see, what I'm trying to get Dan to understand is that not only do we not have a direction, but we very rarely stay on the same topic very long.
I had a snorkel when I was living in Puerto Rico. It fit my mouth perfectly. You were able to get it. It had the big old tube, so I was able
Puerto Rico fit his mouth perfectly?
No, the snorkel.
Snorkel. Snorkel.
Okay.
I figured that'd be a good thing to jump to for no reason at all.
Yes.
All right, carry on. Back to whatever you were talking about.
The reason I actually really wanted Kyle here is because Kyle is great at prompting Navy stories, and Kyle loves Navy stories. And since I have the other half of most of my Navy stories on the air with me, I figured this would be the great place. Now, the problem is we've already told some on the air, so you'll have to, when you prompt, I'll tell you whether or not I can tell it or if I have to.
Well, I don't know, because I usually just prompt the one and then they all go.
No, that doesn't work anymore. Because you haven't done it in so long.
Well, I don't remember the other ones.
Plus, Bob's got some.
But I turn around and I tell everybody else your, teleportation down the stairs story.
I haven't told that one on the air.
Which
That's
one's that?
And all it looks like is you're doing this!
Bob, Were
PJ.
you ever at the club in Okinawa? No, this was before Bob. This is before Bob. This is
Pre-Bob.
A pre-Bob event?
Yes, it was 2BB, 2 years before Bob. Okay.
I need a mint.
In Okinawa, Japan,
I don't have any mints.
the bars, I probably do, but we're not going to worry about that now. The bars in Okinawa all force you to have some lady sit with you, and you buy them drinks for $15 a shot, and it's water, really.
Are they ladies or lady boys?
No, they're women.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you're lucky, but when you go into the same clubs a lot, you have to take the same one with you all the time. So if you're lucky, you'll get hooked up with a cute one right away instead of Fuggo that Chris got hooked up with when we went into the first one. And oh my God, I am so glad that he took the Fuggo.
And now, why are they there?
To sit with you, basically, so you're spending twice as much as you would. Now, the one good thing.
Drinks.
Yeah, the one good thing about the Okinawa bars, the buy me drinky bars is what we call them, is it's always happy hour, so it's always 2 for 1. Okay. Now, the one club, I don't remember what it's called.
We shall
But it
call
was
it
up-
the one club.
Yeah, let's just call it the one club. So the one club was up a huge flight of stairs, and it was on the second level. And we went there a lot because what we discovered is they don't force you to have a girl sit with you the whole time. So I mean, we were fine buying the one drink, but they would just let us drink the rest of the night, no problems. So I got paid one night, and I decided to buy a whole bunch of drinks for everybody at the bar. Are you still with us, Bob?
Still, yes. My
Okay.
chair was fucking with me.
His chair was
It got better.
Anyway, drank a whole bunch. I spent over $300 that night buying drinks for everybody. Plus, I
don't know if that
was
gonna happen or not,
absolutely blitzed. We actually closed the club down that night, so we were the last ones out. Now, as I commented, this one bar is up a huge flight of stairs.
Mhm.
So we're crowding around the entrance. We're crowding around the entrance, and somebody distracts me, and I'm at the top of the stairs 1 second, and I'm at the bottom of the stairs the next second, and I'm looking up.
Okay.
Do you need a mint?
No, okay, the reason I need the mints is because I recently quit smoking. And my mints are just like...
There should be mints near the door, like up on the shelf.
I couldn't sit there anymore.
But I am really warm from the crack.
By the door?
Okay,
What do they look like?
there's like... Hang on!
Hang on.
Hey, they smell minty.
Yeah, they smell mint.
So I quit smoking about 4 years ago now.
I quit smoking on my birthday.
This is a great show, I
A
tell
month and
you.
a half ago. I woke up in the
Yes.
middle of the night, decided I was done smoking, found my pack of cigarettes, broke them all in half, threw them in the garbage, and haven't turned back since.
I as well have recently quit
But
smoking.
every so often, I just
Okay,
like to have one of those. Thank you very much.
so as I said, 1 second I'm at the top of the stairs, and the next second I'm at the bottom of the stairs looking up at Chris and Jason and Monty, and I don't remember who else was there, but it's a whole slew of people, and they're all looking down at me with worried looks going, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?"
You just died!
No. Well, they explained that I fell down the stairs. Now, I felt nothing. I was all right, except for the next day.
It works perfect with the crack.
Except for the next day where I really hurt because I fell down a huge flight of stairs.
Right. Wow. Okay, so let this be a lesson to everyone watching. Don't fall downstairs.
Yes, do not.
No, if you do fall downstairs, be drunk.
Be drunk, but
Yeah,
you're going
it
to
doesn't
hurt the
hurt.
next day. No, you're going to, well, at
You
the
are-
time.
Right, whatever.
In fact, even if you don't plan on falling downstairs, be drunk anyways.
Have I
Well,
told
yeah, I agree.
Have I told you the surefire way to get somebody to stop smoking?
No.
You tell them that they're allowed one last pack of cigarettes. Make sure it's a hard pack. Okay? let's just use you for instance.
Go ahead.
I tell you, buy one more pack of cigarettes, and you're like, okay. When you get them, you're going to give them to me. I'm going to open them up. I'm going to jam 2 butts up my nose, twist them around, put them back in the pack, mix them up, and hand them back to you. I guarantee you won't touch a cigarette in there.
You never know. I'd
probably remove the one without
I hated tomatoes.
Pizza pan.
So to try to stop myself from smoking, I would say I could only have a cigarette if I ate a cherry tomato. Bought a pack of cherry tomatoes, bought my pack of smokes. I mean, I really wanted to quit this time. I was like, I'm going to do it. And so I went like a day without a cigarette. And day 2, I'm really nicking out. And I'm like, and I ate a cherry tomato. And then I vomited everywhere. And then I enjoyed my cigarette very much.
You know, I tried something similar to that when I quit smoking one time when I don't even remember where the hell I was. My rule was I had like a little rolling, I bought the papers and the tobacco, and my rule was that I will not smoke it unless I roll it myself. So, that didn't even slow me down. I got damn good at rolling, though.
I was there for that.
Yeah.
I've done that myself. We used to, once we'd finish a cigarette, pull the tobacco out of the end of the butt that doesn't get smoked and roll that into our next cigarette. So we didn't want to waste an ounce of tobacco. That's what happens when all you can afford is ketchup soup.
Bob, tell them how you quit smoking this most recent time.
This worked great. And now a lot of people will do the thing where they just avoid being around cigarettes. That doesn't work because sooner or later you're going to go to a bar or there's going to be people smoking around you and you're going to want a cigarette. What I did was I made myself sick of them, is that I made a rule, and the rule was that I could smoke whenever I wanted, but I can only have 1 puff. Excuse that. So I'd go out to break, I'd take my cigarette, which was a nub by this time. I'd light it up, and it tasted like shit because I'd already done that 6 times.
Right.
And then after that, you knock the cherry off, you squeeze the end of it, and you stick it back in the pack. Now, not only does that make that cigarette taste really, really bad, but it makes all the rest of it in the pack taste progressively worse with each cigarette. So by the time I was done, I'd do that when I first got out to break, and I'd do that when I'd go back in to break. And it got to the point where I'd put one in my mouth, and I'd be like... and I seriously made myself sick of them. So I could be right there.
Association with the cigarette.
Absolutely.
What's that?
That's what I was trying to do with the tomatoes. But you see, I still go and I sit out with my friends on smoke breaks, but I don't smoke. And they look at me like, how do you do this? You just quit a month ago, and yet you're still stepping out here and sitting with me? And I'm like,
they had no idea that I quit smoking. I would actually sit there at the break table with my cigarettes right there in front of me, just in case I wanted one. But it got to the point where, and you can't stop. It's got to be to the point where you think you stick one in your mouth. That's when you know you're about ready. And then, it's worked great. I've gone 4 years now. No smoky treats. And, yes.
The last time, not the last time, the first time I quit smoking, when I quit for a while, and then when I started back up again, it tasted like I was licking the bottom of an ashtray.
I've quit thousands of times.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
Yeah, every time I quit smoking. That's it.
And every time I put one out.
Right. Damn it!
Now, I worked with some guys at a call center, and one of them was interested in quitting smoking, and I say, well, just quit for 10 days, because after that, it's going to taste like licking the bottom of an ashtray.
Yeah.
And he said, have you licked the bottom of an ashtray? And I'm like, no.
Wait a minute.
I have, so.
Were you licking the bottom of an ashtray, Bob?
It was my hand, and I didn't even actually lick it.
It was such a quick shot. I thought he had an ashtray. It was beautiful.
Right? That's editing talent right there. He actually edited that before you saw it.
In post. Take that part out.
No.
The part about him questioning it?
No, I cut off the front and I cut off the end and I put the funny part.
Is that like making a sausage?
Kinda.
You did what to your sausage?
Oh, cut off the front, cut off the end. I'm making a sausage.
Anyway, I told this guy just quit, and he's like, did you ever lick the bottom of an ashtray?
No, I don't understand. I don't get.
We're derailed, man. We are derailed.
Why?
I don't know, because I think I've had enough rum to make me violent.
Oh, that kind of hit me.
No violence. No. We'll have video proof of it.
Oh, right. No, actually, I had to promise my wife. Okay, Dan and I have always had this drunken let's punch each other in the shoulder and see if it hurts. When it doesn't really hurt until the next morning we wake up and like, my God, why does my arm hurt? And then we realize that we just sat there punching each other all night.
Wait, what,
Oh,
Bob?
my shoulder.
It would feel like you fell downstairs.
Maybe.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, it was just us. It was a Dan and Kyle club thing. It was our thing. We only did it. Then, like, it was like 3 slaughter stocks ago, we decided to let our friend Keith into it. Now, my friend Keith is very, well, you know, strong. So he punched me in the shoulder, and I was surprised.
Small and strangely strong.
I was surprised that he could punch me in the shoulder and knock the wind out of me.
I want you to punch me as hard as you can. Who hits in the ear?
No. So this is kind of what happened. So then another guy shows up, and by the time he shows up, I'm really drunk. So I'm like, yeah, you can be part of the club too, which completely breaks every rule. But you break rules when you're drunk. It's stupid.
That really does go together quite well.
So he comes up to me, and I'm like, okay, right in the shoulder, right? So I'm going to use you as me. I'm like, okay, in the shoulder, like just a jab. That's all Dan and I ever did. No hooks, no crosses, just jabs.
No roundhouses, no spinning.
Well, first of all, have you ever heard of a roundhouse punch?
Yes.
Really? Because to me, a roundhouse punch is still a cross. Or maybe a hook.
Well, I kind of also think of it as the haymaker.
I think that's what it was.
I probably took one of... He completely missed my shoulder and caught me in the jaw.
Yeah. Woo!
Wow.
But I was really proud of myself because I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh yeah, well fuck you. I'm still standing. Nah, I was pretty proud of that. Of course, then we've never done it again. So, but it was that whole like, do you think you can take a punch kind of proud moment?
Since these are the first 2 live guests here in studio,
On purpose.
The rest have been dead.
You actually weren't on purpose.
I want.
Oh, my bad. We'll have to wait till the next show for that one.
Yeah,
He was an accident.
Stay tuned.
I want Kyle to tell me about his water gun fight and what happened in the water gun fight.
Is this the one that made your wife angry?
Maybe? No, it's the one that ended up where he.
Broke my ankle.
Yeah.
Right. Apparently that made
Great. Now you ruined the story.
How? Damn it! That's not much of the story.
Go ahead.
The story happens afterwards. It was a water gun fight. I slipped in wet grass and my ankle broke.
Now, keep in mind that grassing, it's on level ground. There's no tilt to this. It's.
Understand, I have fallen from 3rd floor balconies with minor scrapes. I do a somersault and I break my collarbone.
Yeah, it's not the fall. It's a spin afterwards.
But it's the simpler the maneuver, the more damage it does to me.
I think there actually was a molehill.
Breaking collarbones. We ready for a Navy story?
Babies?
Yes.
You broke a baby's collarbone?
No, this is the Navy story.
Oh, Navy. I thought he said baby.
No.
Why are we
Story
breaking
about
baby
the falling.
collarbones?
I think there's laws against that. No, I had a cool mountain bike, and I was riding my cool mountain bike to work. I was going like Mach 12. If I was going just a little bit faster, I would have seen myself wreck, and I would have known to slow down because I would have actually traveled in time and seen this shit happen. But no, I was going like really, really super Mondo Mega fast, and the road was going like this because that's how roads go, and the tracks were going like this because they were retarded tracks. So the tire caught the track, the front wheel stopped, which doesn't work out too good on bikes. The back tire was like, I want to ride up front, and it did, and I hit the ground really hard. Like, seriously, I hit the planet. The planet didn't move, and I just kind of like skidded across it. So I broke my collarbone. There was pieces of bloody Bob. Are you okay, man?
I've got a story that somewhat relates to this, but keep going.
Okay.
Bob, when you run, do you really run or you just move the planet below you?
What?
When you run, do you actually run or do you just move the planet below you?
I never thought about that. That's brilliant, man. Hold on, guys. We're going for a run. I used to think shit like that when I was a kid, driving in the car. Well, anyway, so I broke my collarbone. I broke my ear. My ear bled for like 3 days, which is not something that ears are supposed to do. And, well, there I was walking on base, and here's this officer walking right towards me. Did I tell this on the air yet?
I don't think so.
I haven't told it to me.
There's this officer walking towards me, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, because I can only lift my arm about this high. You can't even see it. So I couldn't salute this guy. So I head off this way.
His chest.
And he's like, Sailor. God damn it, CB, stop where you're at. And I was like, fuck. And I turned around and I'm like, yes, sir. And he said, would you mind telling me why you didn't salute me? And I said, well, honestly, sir, I was really hoping I'd get out of the way in time and I wouldn't have to. His face went red. He had these veins sticking out like unnaturally all over the place. And I thought this guy was going to hit me. I mean, that's how pissed off he looked. I said, see, I broke my collarbone, and this is as far as I can lift my hand, and I wasn't sure what to do. And he just starts laughing at this point, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm safe. And he says to me, well, in that case, CB, it's okay to salute with your left hand. And I was like, yes, sir, and I walked away. So that was my cool breaking my collarbone story.
That was okay.
See, for me, I didn't even realize I had broken my collarbone. Like I said, I did a somersault, and then I stood back up, and I'm like, oh, man, my back just cracked. And my buddy looks at me like, what? I'm like, my back just cracked. And I'm like, I'm going to go sit down for a little bit. Why? It's like, I'm feeling kind of weird. I'm guessing it's the endorphins or adrenaline or whatever it's going right now because I just freaking broke a bone. So I sit down, and I'm like, oh, God, my shoulder kind of...
Hi, Brian.
Wait a minute, things like that should not be moving right now. What the hell? You want to take me to the doctor? I think I broke my collarbone. He looks at me like, what? No, I think it's broken. No, you know if it was broken. I'm like, okay, fine, I broke my collarbone. No, I did. That's why I'm telling you to take me to the doctor. That was my collarbone story. But
nice story.
That was a somersault.
It actually pissed me off because I went to the doctor. I spent all the time at the fucking doctor. And you know what he said? He says, here's a brace. If it feels better, wear it. If not, don't.
Yeah.
It should heal on its own. And that was it. I mean, I spent more time in the waiting room. I mean, I spent like an entire day waiting to get in and talk to these doctors, and they pretty much said, eh.
They said, here's a prescription for some drugs if you want them. And I said, okay. But unfortunately, the pharmacy wasn't open until the next day, so I spent the first night sleeping with my arm above my head in a recliner, because that was the only comfortable position. That was the only comfortable position was with my arm up here. Every time it fell down, I would wake up in pain.
Okay, well, this brings two stories on now. Both of them Navy stories. First Navy story.
See what I did?
No.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Anyway, do you remember the name of the guy who was the dispatcher with Alpha Company? Tall guy, dark hair.
No.
We're just gonna call him Dick, okay?
Dick.
So Dick comes out rollerblading in Okinawa with me and Chris and Jason and the other Jason and everybody, okay? And we come up and we find this gigantic...
Mike?
Maybe.
It wasn't Mike Rowe, was it?
No.
Isn't that the guy from Many Places?
I don't know.
Dirty Minds.
Anyway.
Dirty work. Dirty
Anyway.
jobs. My bad.
Anyway.
Dirty, kinky jobs.
We had rollerbladed so long that day that I was tired and I wanted to go back. So I was going to turn around, and Chris and the two Jasons and Dick, they all wanted to go down this gigantic freaking hill we just found. And I mean, I'm exaggerating slightly, but only slightly. I swear it was a mile, all in decline, at a 15 to 20% decline. I mean, it was fast. Now, Dick had wrist guards and puffy knee pads and all kinds of protective gear. He looked...
His ass was wrapped in bubble wrap.
He looked retarded. Now, nobody else was wearing protective gear. So I was getting ready to turn around, and what Chris and the two Jasons decide is we're going down this hill. So they start taking off. And Dick was all about following them. He made it one push, fell, and he spent the entire trip down this mile-long hill doing... His wrist guards were completely gone. His elbow pads were shredded. His knee pads were shredded. He broke both of his rollerblades all the way down.
Okay.
Now,
Damn.
I know that was just a turn of bad luck, but I thought it was
There's no luck.
hilarious.
Actually, by the time you
That
get
is
to the
pretty funny.
point,
Now, when we were in Japan, there was like probably 8 guys who all had rollerblades, and they wanted to go like. There was a skate park about a mile off base, and so they always wanted to go to the skate park. I did not have blades. I had a board. So there was like 7 blades and a board that would go to the skate park like at least once or twice a week. Just saying. But I didn't bring anything.
My other story related to this is a hospital story.
Ooh.
I woke up in boot camp one day feeling really hot and uncomfortable and sick. So I got sent to medical. Well, I get to medical and there's like 75,000 people sitting there before me. They take my temperature. I was 99 at the time. And they're like, have a seat. We'll call you when we're ready. Well, I'm sitting there for 5 hours. Hadn't even made a dent in the waiting room. But I could feel that my head had gotten warmer, like way warmer. So I walked up to the counter, and the petty officers on the recruit training center, they're not the brightest people in the world.
No.
This guy didn't happen to be cocky though, but I walked up to him and I said, "You need to take my temperature again," because I was noticing that people over 100 were getting in right away. And he's like, "Well, this shows 99." And I'm like,
What was that?
I don't know. And I'm like,
Bob Snorton.
and,
Hold on, I'm going to get a Coke. Yeah,
And-
man, right here.
Oh,
The diet
that's
kind.
diet.
and I told him, "You need to take my temperature again." I got warmer. He's like, "No, I think it's all in your head." And I'm like, "I have no money right now, petty officer, whatever your name is, but I bet you $100 that if I don't have a higher temperature right now, at least 3 degrees, I will pay you $100. He's like, "I'll take that bet." Takes my temperature, 104.8.
Wow.
I got in immediately. I got all my stuff taken care of, and I got sent. I was off for 3 or 4 days because I had bronchitis. And unfortunately for my bunk buddy, I was the top bunk, so when my fever broke, it was raining on him.
Did you break your thigh, Master?
No. It's a back rubber so you can reach your back. So see here, there you go.
Wow. Nice. And it'd be a convenient place to hang your coat if you didn't want to wear it. You can like put that over your shoulder and then just hook your coat on it.
I thought it was a large shower curtain hook.
No.
No?
No.
Looks like my shower curtain hook. Only larger.
Only. This is what Dan's shower curtain hooks
No,
look
the
like.
other way, you twat. Oh
Like
my
this.
God, you're such a...
This podcast brought to you by the letter S.
I'm writing that one down.
And it was paracord, orange paracord. It was in a package, and that's what I was chewing on, was breaking the package of the orange paracord.
See, it looked like you were taking a hit of Coke.
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about chewing on paracord, and I'm like, does that work?
Oh.
What?
I have a paracord bracelet. I'm like, if I need something to chew on, just chew on paracord. That's an idea.
It's better than dog bones.
That's
It wasn't the cord itself. I was actually just biting open the package.
Gotcha.
they took away. Who took it?
Bob, show them your
My
demon doll.
dog did.
My what?
Go get your demon
the
doll.
neighbor gave it to the dog.
Lilith?
It was a dog bone. He thought it was the dog's.
Hey.
Because it said dog bone.
We're gonna show you something freaky here.
Oh, okay.
What?
Go get it, Bob.
She's not freaky. She's cute. She's Lilith.
Okay, what
is it?
she's gonna show it. Shh. Wait. I thought you would bring it to you, but apparently you're gonna take us to them.
I had to move the cabinety thing out of the way.
Okay.
Just so you know,
Jesus.
and your viewers.
No, that's not Jesus. Jesus doesn't have horns like that.
No,
This is Lilith.
I thought you were talking about the dog.
no, the doll, demon doll.
Oh,
I heard dog, too. I was expecting
like
Yeah.
a chihuahua.
his furry companion.
Well, no, chihuahuas, they're demons.
There's the demon dog. Right there. It looks like he's licking his own ass.
He might be. You know what, Bob?
Dan
Everybody complains about dogs licking their junk, but if you could, wouldn't you?
Probably.
No.
It's unanimous here, except for Dan. Dan doesn't count.
He's like, but it's called junk for a reason.
I
No. Gotta keep that shit clean.
Oh no! So, yes, that's Lilith. Crypt Kitties is the name of it. When you get a chance, look up Crypt Kitties, the website Crypt Kitties. You'll be fascinated at some of the awesome hideousness which is the Crypt Kitties. Some of them look just like babies, but have the fangs and the horns, and they're so cute because they look all demonic and shit.
They're freaky.
And then, like, there's one where it's got like this baby is in the crib, and all it is muscle. You can see the whole body's muscle, and next to the kid is like the pile of skin that it's ripped off its body.
I didn't remember that one until just now. Because I went to the website to look at him.
Oh, you did look at him?
Well, yeah, way back. We weren't doing the greatest show online yet, though.
It was the worst show online?
No, it was pre GSO.
How come Greatest Show online? What? Greatest Show, I understand. Online.
Because no one else has it.
Online.
And this is the greatest show online. Ooh.
That's my troll.
I have a troll on a surfboard. He's pretty cool.
That's my vampire troll. I want a Chucky doll.
No, that's so 1991.
That's the thing I didn't understand about the Chucky movie, the Child's Play movies. It's a freaking doll. Oh my god, he's running up to you. He has a knife. Kick him. Bleh! God.
Oh my god! Oh,
It's a doll.
we're good.
I understand the ones when he's very sneaky and it's like, oh, there's a doll in the corner. I'm going to screw this lady. Ah, stabs me in the back. You don't see it coming. But the ones where
Double entendre.
Oh. I would like to point out that these gentlemen have drank that much Kraken.
Release the Kraken!
Go. Keep it in your
It was called the Kraken.
I
don't have any Kraken.
That every once in a while the therapist tells my wife to stroke my ego.
I like to call mine Oscar my wiener. Oscar my wiener.
Actually, I really call mine Senor Pepe. I do. I have for years. Senor Pepe.
Hector the Erector.
I really wanted to find a mini sombrero for him.
I don't mind my penis.
Actually, he's hung like a buck field mouse.
It's a buck deer mouse.
Whatever.
Oh, another Navy story.
Oh, yay! Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, I heard about this. I wasn't actually here for this, but I heard about it. Never.
Man.
Well,
you see on TV shows all the time, guys saying something and a woman slapping him. I wanted to see this in a bar. I've never actually seen that. Well, they were saying, like, Bob, you should have been there, and they told me what happened. This dude in Puerto Rico was in the bar, and he says to this woman, he's like talking to her, and he does the whole like, I'm hung like, and he does his legs, El Toro, and that was his pickup line, and she smacked him.
I had friends that were actually having a competition to see who could get slapped more. or the hardest. It was kind of like a double game, right?
Double entendre.
And the winning hardest slap was my one buddy walked up, sat down next to a lady, and he goes up to her and he says, my buddy just bet me that I couldn't get the phone number from the prettiest woman in this bar. And you saw the girl, I'll be like, oh, you know, he's like, could you introduce me to your friend? I fell off my chair laughing as hard as that guy got hit. I've never seen that. I was like, it was classic.
Wow.
That was the best.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
What's the craziest line you've ever been hit on with? Have you ever been hit on with a line?
No, but I will tell you the best thing I've ever heard in the bedroom. Damn, baby, you could be black.
Dan, have you ever been hit on?
Yeah.
What's the best line that you've ever heard? Come on.
Did you want to fuck? There's a guy. Very weird. Very weird. Very weird.
That was the coffee shop, wasn't it?
No, that was Sparky. That was John's roommate. Ew.
Oh, right. Well, you see, when Sparky hit on me too, but his hit online to me was like, "You smoke weed, don't you?" It's like,
Bob,
pot, right?
Bob, do you remember the girl in Puerto Rico who was based there and she had the car with the Knight Rider thing on the front?
No, but that's cool.
It was. She hit on me.
Was she the little Mexican girl?
No, she was blonde.
That's the Knight Rider thing. Come on, what are you?
Oh, I don't know.
She hit on me in Puerto Rico. And this is how she did it. She licked, and I checked. She actually licked her finger, her fork, or her pointer, these two fingers.
Uh-huh.
Licked them, and then she went, "Want to come home with me tonight?"
You do that. That's how you straighten your eyebrow hair.
I fell off the chair laughing because I was drunk.
No. You gotta.
Wow.
"Want to come home with me?"
Well, I don't know, because your eyebrow hair is as prevalent as your facial hair.
What are you talking about? Like,
You know what? One that would also work for a chick to use would be the old Johnny Bravo pickup line. That would work great for a girl. She'd be like, "Hey, baby, want to see me take my shirt off real fast?" And then, like, every guy would be like, "Yeah," because that's one of the things that Johnny Bravo says. Johnny Bravo, come on! Don't you guys watch cartoons at all?
No.
You're all.
No, I love Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo is excellent. But I have a story now.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
You know how a lot of girls have T-shirts with writing specifically over the breasticle area, or
Breasticle! Okay. Anyway.
or the butt.
Or the butt.
You know, it might say juicy or tangy or something to that point. You know,
But you know how to look at it.
Right.
I was at a bar with a friend named Nick. DJ knows Nick. Dan knows Nick. Bob, if you knew Nick, you would, which you didn't. But we were in a bar.
It's a trap.
And I saw a girl whose shirt said, it said, "You're not really reading my shirt, just looking at my chest," or something to that effect, right? Which is like, that's brilliant, you know? And Nick's like, "What's that?" Well, going up to a girl and saying, "Hey, can I read your shirt?" Just so you can have a blatant look at her chest. And he says, "Oh, that is a good idea." So he takes off after another cute girl who had a very well-endowed rack. Now, she was short, and all her weight was in her chest. And it was, I mean, I'm surprised that she could stand straight.
She was top heavy?
Very. Very tiny, very skinny, and very top-heavy. So he goes up there, and the next thing I see him is do this. Turn around and walk back really fast and says, "We have to go now." Apparently, there were 2 or 3 very large men with her. I'm not sure if they were military or not, but apparently they were with her. And his opening line was not, "Hey, can I read your shirt?" It was, "Hey, can I look at your tit? I mean, read your shirt?" And then we had to leave the bar. And I was very upset because I didn't want to leave the bar.
Okay, now, this is a brilliant idea. Those shirts should totally be written in Braille.
That is patent that shit.
Patent that shit, Bob.
Just reading them. That's all. Just reading.
We only make them in women's sizes, right?
Yes.
Braille.
Yeah.
That would be, unless
You know, but I have
underwear.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a Braille jockstrap if my wife
Right.
was going to learn Braille.
Like it says in Braille, you can't even read this, can you? Or something like that.
Or it could say your name. That way you could tempt ladies to say, "Hey, I bet I have your name on my jockstrap." So it's a Braille. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, since these guys are new, I'm gonna let you know that we're at the hour-ish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the show, but we'll decide on our show title afterward. So viewer, you can watch that if you'd like. So I want to thank Kyle for coming over, and I suppose Dragon Dan over.
No, he followed.
When did I become Dragon Dan?
Dragon Dan. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I want to thank Bob for showing up again.
Yay me!
We're
Shows
gonna
who I
do-
rock.
Yes, you do rock. And we're gonna do this again next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. So,
Same bat place.
So this is DJ liming off,
Liming off.
and we're done.
So I'm just gonna say that
Have you
if
had
we were
Kraken
attempting
before?
to any sort of sponsorship or anything,
Jesus!
the fact that we didn't know who
Oh,
It's only like
that smells like paint thinner.
no, it's only 97 proof. Don't smell it. You'll ruin it before you get to drink it.
This is going to be on the outtakes after I produce it.